display suspect behavior.
Did you call him a light-skinned girl?
No, I call him a pretty albino girl. It's a difference.
You definitely call him Princess Boy.
I call him Princess Boy. I say he looks like a thumb with eyebrows.
Yes.
Yes, but I never called him gay. But he does display suspect behavior. Like, for example, when he said this about Lil Wayne.
Wayne is my favorite person, though, because it's just, Lil Wayne, he's just too good.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
What do you think of the Great White Hope? What's that? President Trump. Amazing. We will still be searching for Spanish flowers. and what was the old story was if you took a little drop, no, it was on the head of a pin. That's right. And put it in the drink. Cola. It doesn't make it, and the girl would drink it, and she said, "Hello, America."
There's a slight problem with the sweating because I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat, or I didn't sweat at the time.
Well, he's dead, so in general, you always have to be careful.
Shit. He was in jail for 2 murders? Yeah, 1 murder and 2 attempts. I just beat.
How you beat that?
Yeah,
I mean, you didn't do it.
Welcome to What's Niggling Me. And before I dive into my main topic that I'd like to talk about today, I'll say it's pretty weird that Brian Thompson's suspected killer has so much information about him already, when Trump's suspected assassin is barely ever talked about. It was never covered like this in the news. It's weird. People think Trump's evil. I think CEOs of insurance companies are evil. Why is there no information about Thomas Crooks? Continuing. We don't have a full story. But we have this whole kid's life already in one fucking day. Very interesting. This very intelligent, well-spoken person has assassinated. Like, that's a lick. Like, that is no Griselda Blanco running up on a fucking scooter, motorbike fucking thing. Pretty fucking wild. Okay, so my main topic today is honing in on the Israeli festival. Now, this is a touchy topic. I know YouTube doesn't like it, but YouTube also has USS Liberty videos on YouTube because it's the truth. Israel performed a terrorist attack on the United States, trying to pretend it was Egypt attacking them. So, I just want to say, if you had a problem with anything I say, leave a comment. I don't know if you've ever made a YouTube video, if anybody's watching this, you can have basic moderation and strong moderation on comments. I fucking put none. You're a pussy if you fucking moderate your comments. So let it fly, if you disagree, if you are Jewish, Muslim, Arabic, maybe you're a Christian, I don't know, Islamic person, feel free. But I have watched multiple documentaries from multiple sources, because I know there's a documentary out there, Peacock, that fucking network, made a documentary that makes it look like Casey Anthony didn't kill her kid. So anybody can put together an edit there's very skilled people out there and make it look like murderers are good people. Now, this one doesn't. I will say. It's fucked what happened on October 7th. It's straight up fucked. So, this CEO getting killed in New York, it doesn't have the weight on me like what I watched Hamas do to the Israeli people. There can be 100 murders in Chicago this weekend coming up, and it pales in comparison to what happened on October 7th. It's real fucked. Those Israeli people didn't deserve that for what Bibi Netanyahu and his government inflict on the Palestinian people that piss off Hamas. So I watched the dancing movie. It's a BBC, it's a British, I don't even know. It's not Big Black Cock, but it's the BBC, right? Was once a highly esteemed publication. I know that they are the reason that Israel is where they are. It's Britain. Britain is the reason there's an Israel. So it's hard to take. It's hard to believe they don't have any bias. These movies are wild, and I don't recommend that anybody watches them because they're disturbing. But I'm a curious person and I want to know all the perspectives. And it's crazy because I can understand it. You almost think, not saying this is the case, you almost think it's fake. The movie. You almost think that these people are actors. Not saying they are. If you don't believe me, watch it. And it's trippy how these people are acting, speaking. I don't know, but I guess there's not really a lot of samples to put this against and see is this how people would react. It's super fucked up. I just know how good Israel is at propaganda. Like, if you ever watch Yuri Bezmenov, he has different talks about how to manipulate the mind of people and everything. It's very interesting. He's a Russian guy. How to infiltrate. If they say Russia fucks with the elections or whatever, this is how they do it. Go watch how that guy explains how they would do it. They've been doing that, like manipulating the minds for decades. So there's this dancing movie. It's not So You Think You Can Dance. It's not I don't even know. Don't type dancing Israelis movie into the internet and think you're gonna get this one. You're gonna get some 9/11 stuff pop up. Those Israeli people were different people. These people were at the festival, and it's so fucking crazy. It's got like John McPhee. If it's true, it's fucking insane. And so also, this is how this shit went down. They have these festivals. You go in Israelis. I don't know the faith. I'm learning the faith like quite a bit with all the stuff I'm reading. Like, I understand the faith more than ever. Ari Shaffir has a comedy special, Jew, that is pretty informative. It's a small portion, though, of... and it was taped before this. So these guys... So Friday... I'm probably going to get this wrong. Don't hit me with misinformation. They are supposed to have like supper and stuff or dinner or whatever. Either, you know, you're just Friday is a family day or something, I think, in the Jewish faith. But these young people, they tell like 20s, no, teen, like they're all of age, I'm pretty sure. Even though you can bring kids, I think, to these things. It's a weird thing. So they go at night, like late at night, say, and drive out to this festival. And they're gonna like set up all night and shit, and like everyone gets there, sets up all night and shit. And then right when like daylight's breaking, that's when like shit starts. Festival starts. That's a plan. This documentary's got 15, 20 people. Some speak pretty damn good English. Some speak Hebrew. You pretty sure. I don't know what they're speaking, but I assume it's Hebrew. And so they got subtitles. All good. And at 6:30 in the morning, rockets are fucking flying over. Okay? The biggest issue is, to me, as I watch this and I see, the biggest issue is that these people are all on ecstasy and acid. Like, these people are tripping. These people are at a festival, and these people are like staying in there. Like, and then one guy's like, yeah, like mom's gonna kill me if she sees, like, when she sees this, like, or whatever. But yeah, these people are like rolling their faces off. And it's been a long time. I don't fucking do this anymore. So can't get me on shit, but I took a good amount of ecstasy back in the day, so I know what these people are feeling. Took acid when I was 19, and so like, this is nuts that these people are tripping. I luckily, fortunately, always had good experiences, but I've been with people, guys and girls, that have had bad times for the weirdest reasons. I don't know why. They just tripped balls. It's always nice to have a sober person with you to take care of those people. So these people, and I don't know if like anybody watching this would like be like, what? Like, you have to, I guess, maybe have had the experience of doing these drugs to be like, what? Rockets are going off? What? Guys are shooting at us with AKs while you're tripping balls, rolling your face off. Fucking bonkers. Okay? That prepared me for the rest of this. Now this movie, it's all fucked. All of this is all fucked. Any footage you watch of it, it's all fucked. But it's the most PG of any of the other videos you can watch, like documentaries or anything you can watch, is this dancing one. So crazy, all these people's different stories, and they all had phones, right? They're at a festival, so like they're recording. There's so much recordings of this festival situation. There's 1,000 people. They all have phones. The festival has their own like recording equipment and shit like that. That's records the whole time from like the top of the stage. Hamas has GoPros. They're live broadcasting this stuff. You could watch. They're live broadcasting them. They broke through. You can look on a map and see. They got fucking a border. Like, Israel puts up this border to keep the Palestinians in. And Hamas, this strategic plan is nuts. They blow open and fly over from like 60 locations across this border. Not just one. They don't barrel through just one fucking spot. They got RPGs, okay? It's fucking nuts. It's like when you, if you ever watch, when the United States pumped all these countries like Egypt and shit to overthrow their governments. I remember watching on TV like these fucking kids, like they're can't even grow a mustache, and they got fucking RPGs sitting in the back of trucks and stuff like that because they were just raiding armories and stuff back then. That's what's about to happen in Syria. Okay? The United States wanted what happened in Syria and Assad getting booted. They wanted that for whatever that fucking loser's name is that they wanted to overthrow Putin, and they blew him out of the sky. Russia blew his plane out of the sky. I can't think of what Navalny's not that guy. It's Navalny's the other guy that died. I can't think of what this guy's name is, but he was a murderer, like a slaughterer that the United States and Canada was rooting for to take over Putin, and he got what was coming to him. That's what they wanted to get to do to Assad. They did it to Gaddafi. If it's harder to find now, but it's still out there. If you ever watch Gaddafi fucking get killed, it's insane. It's insane. They fucking sodomized him. Like, it was fucking insane with swords. It was fucking insane when they tracked him down and killed him. Okay. So, Israel's real pumped about Syria too. They're about to take all that land. So, they're rolling their faces off at this party, at this festival. And these guys come flying over in fucking paragliders like it's fucking fucked. Like, it's pretty crazy. And right away, anybody they see, they're gunning them down. This is way crazier than this guy killing this fucking guy. And this is CEO of the insurance fucking company. This is way crazier. These people are excited about, they just got into Israel. They got through the border. These people are excited. We don't know, none of us know these mindsets. These people are psychos. They're so excited to kill Israeli people. You can watch their GoPros. It's in them like talking to each other. It's fucking nuts. And I don't know Hebrew and I don't know Arabic. So whatever subtitles they're giving me, I gotta take them at their word. And you can, if anybody wants to watch those documentaries, tell me, hey, that's not what they said. Feel free to tell me. Going off what I've seen on these documentaries. Oh, The Killing Roads. I watched The Killing Roads right after I watched this dancing movie. And it is a guy from Toronto, Canada, a Jewish guy, goes to Israel, finds the first paramedic that got to this festival. He finds him, and they take the road that this guy took in his ambulance all the way to the festival. Let me tell you, between those two guys' accounts, because that guy has video too. He's got paramedics over there, like how we're trying to get cops here to wear fucking cams. The paramedic has a cam. So there's footage from that. So I get to line this footage up. And this is two Jewish sources. Okay? BBC. And the BBC, they're interviewing a ton of these people that were at this festival. And The Killing Roads. This one's more graphic. This one's more disturbing than the dancing one. But, like, it lines up. And I see this guy in the first one when he comes and... Oh, spoilers. Just trying to maybe save you some time, or I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't watch it, because it's not good for you to think about, probably. I just want to know all the perspectives. This fucking event had worldwide implications. My fucking tax dollars go over there to fucking this shit. And I want to know. I like facts, and I want to know. Why do our fucking governments over here in North America just fucking bend the knee and kiss fucking Bibi Netanyahu's feet? Why do we do that? I know so far that Stephen Harper, he was our prime minister before. He didn't like weed, so I didn't like him, but that was my only issue. I was younger. And I hate Trudeau for COVID. But we didn't, apparently, as a country, Canada, we didn't go along with the United States and do whatever they want, did whatever Israel wanted, give them everything they wanted. We didn't do that until Stephen Harper, our prime minister. So I'm going to be researching him and find out how was he blackmailed, who knows, like what it was. Because Canada voted against and for Palestine for decades. And then it changed with Stephen Harper. I'm going to find out. So, the Killing Roads. Oh yeah, so this guy. I would say if he didn't talk in it, or if he didn't give his opinion, I suppose, and he just went off facts and he didn't give his opinion, because clearly he's like, it's horrible. It's horrible. I watched a lot of the shit. It's horrible what they did. But he's just like, it's propaganda. It's just like so much. From most of my life, our governments and media make it sound like all Muslim people are bad people. And I hate it. I hate it because I'm a different type of brown, and we're lumping all brown people are bad people since I was in grade school. And it's fucking annoying because there's fucked people of all the fucking colors and of all the nationalities. This fucking trans kid that fucking tried to stabbed and killed this fucking kid in his high school, or her, I don't fucking know, and tried to drag him on the tracks. That person's pretty fucked up. And it's a fucking white kid. I hate the fucking all people of this fucking whatever are fucking bad people. It's fucking horrible. So over here in North America, they've brainwashed just like so many other fucking dumb ideologies. Just brainwash them into thinking, oh, all Muslim people are bad people. Like, bro, like it's so fucking dumb. So I would love comments. I would love perspectives from different places in the world. What do they fucking tell you about these other countries? Because I know what they tell me. They tell me we're so virtuous. I don't believe it. So the Killing Roads, this paramedic, it's pretty fucking crazy. What they don't show in the dancing documentary is that they burned. This is the most disturbing shit. And the Killing Roads, it's on YouTube. And I saw recently, like, it's up a lot of views. I saw it when it was pretty, like, new. And I told my brother, I'm like, bro, this thing's gonna blow up. This documentary's fucked. Okay, so like there's crazy events that happen. Like you get to see in both, but you only get to, like, it's crazy how many people they burned. They burned people alive. Like like it's nuts like that there's mindsets like this. The only people, I don't know, because I believe that there were some fucking insane Americans joining that war back in 2003 and just going to Iraq and eradicating people. I look at if you go watching any Abu Ghraib documentary and what Americans were doing to the Iraqi people, it's really fucked what people can do to another person. The hate you have to have. But sometimes it's not even hate, because I don't know. I guess those people were brainwashed, maybe. The military people that went over there and were told all these brown people are bad. They're all enemies. They got fucking these bad orders and bad information. And a lot of them regret fucking what they did. Sean Ryan. That's why Sean Ryan's podcast is what it is. Because they know that they made a mistake over there. Bibi Netanyahu loves it. Bibi Netanyahu wants all 5 countries. Bibi Netanyahu wants all that land. He's pumped. He's pumped. They have the right to defend themselves. But that's like the one-liner of the year. I'll write it in my notes. Number 1 phrase of the year. Oh my god, every time I hear any politician say it, it makes me fucking laugh. Israel, the right to defend itself. It's always unprovoked. These people always attack them unprovoked, always too. It's always unprovoked. Okay, but it's pretty fucked what these fucking Hamas guys did to these Israeli people. They get over the border and like if you drive by, they're like bah, 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 bah. They're fucking just lighting cars up as they drive by you, and then like so the killing road, like this whole road, I don't know how long, but there's hundreds of there could be 100 cars, 70 to 100 cars maybe, as they drive down this fucking road that are off to the side and stuff, and tons of them are scorched to the frame. This is fucked. I'm gonna say some things that I for sure, like, they're pretty graphic. You might not want to hear the way that these people have died. You could see the skeletons of people in their cars because they were burned alive in their cars. So you could see like the skeletons. The paramedic said when he got to the festival, there was so many burning bodies on top of each other that they had to put water on them because they were smoldering. Super fucked up. The last things I heard that were this insane, and I'm sure this happened in Iraq and in Afghanistan, I'm sure this happened in Vietnam, but I haven't heard like such detailed accounts I hadn't seen anything like this. And I don't have any detailed accounts except for I've read and heard a lot of detailed accounts of what the Soviets did to the Germans right after World War II, and that was insane. The cannibalism in the Ukraine in the 1930s is insane. What the Soviets did to the Germans in revenge to babies, mothers, and soldiers, like did men, but like the babies and the mother, like it was fucking mind-boggling. This is on the level of that, of what the Soviets did to the Germans, is this level of what Hamas did to these Israeli people. They get to the festival. They launched, and you know what? It took like 8 fucking hours for Israel's Air Force, like, for any response to help any of these people, it took fucking 8 hours. The fucking country with the Iron Dome, and they get billions. I'm pretty sure that they get a couple $100 billion a year between North Canada and the United States. They get unbelievable amounts of money. They're a welfare state. They're supposed to be so fucking sophisticated with money from our countries for military defense. These people didn't get any defense. They ran, and tons of them got fucking killed and captured. So if you've never seen anything about Israel, I learned this in this past year. They have, like, well, we have bus stops in North America, like, not all of them, but you know, bus stops, they got fucking glass and they got benches inside. These things don't have benches inside. They're they're cement. They're cement walls. Looks like shit. We used to get high in the in the bathrooms near the baseball fields. This is like their bathrooms in the baseball fields and tennis courts in the town I grew up in. And we used to get high in them all the time when we were younger and play tennis. These little fucking buildings. I don't know how it's pretty crazy. I guess you can pack a bunch of people in there, but I'd say 20 people maybe can fit in this fucking thing. They're bomb shelters. Israel has bomb shelters along the roads. It's pretty nuts to live in that type of world. You should have heard, you can if you watch a documentary, viewer be warned, that it's not that big of a deal. I guess you become accustomed to growing up when there's rockets get shot or whatever, but they were saying this is the most amount of rockets they had ever seen, but it's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? Like, they thought it was gonna be okay, but then once they started fucking shooting at them, and they just ran and scared. What's confusing to me, if anybody understands this, they had traffic jam issues getting out of this place, getting out of the festival, and I don't really know why. I don't know why, what the reasoning is. Quite a bit of people got to drive away, though, different directions, and they had their own experiences that were fucking insane. Some died. One guy was with 2 other guys that got away in a car, and it was his first time ever taking ecstasy, and he got killed during one of the times where they were driving, and Hamas were in trucks and shooting at them while they were driving on the highway, like flying fast. Guy got shot while they were driving. Crazy. I watched an Al Jazeera documentary. It came out a couple months ago, like 2 months ago maybe. And they were investigating what happened, like trying to comb through everything, all the knowledge and stuff. And that was interesting because that's the other side. That's real pro-Palestine. Al Jazeera. You can watch a lot of interesting stuff from Al Jazeera. You get a whole different worldview than the Western view on the news. It was good for when I got to watch. They like have live coverage constantly. Like, it's pretty cool. They're not allowed in Israel, Al Jazeera, that news publication, because Israel doesn't like the news that they report. And even YouTube, like, nobody likes Al Jazeera stuff. That's against the rhetoric that our media spews. But you can watch, like, they were showing the Lebanon Hezbollah fucking bombing Israel live. It was pretty crazy that like morning, afternoon, I remember. So it's pretty crazy that they got these bomb shelters and a bunch of them get packed into one. And you can watch from multiple like documentaries. You get to watch from different angles of they're throwing the Hamas shows up and a bunch of people are in this fucking bomb shelter. It's a stupid bomb shelter. They're stupid. They don't have doors. They're stupid. I don't really understand the point of them other than it just fucking blocks from, I don't even know, debris. I don't know. I don't really know what the plan is about not having doors. So they start hucking grenades in. Okay, they're a guy, whatever, Hamas guy. He throws a grenade into the bomb shelter, and a guy throws two people. I'm pretty sure it was a guy and a girl. They have their accounts of it, of this one guy. Every time the Hamas guy throws a grenade in, he gets the grenade and he throws it back out. And you can watch from video outside of the bomb shelter. You can watch grenades. You can watch this scenario happening. It's pretty fucking nuts. They said, I wrote it down, how many times this guy, they thought he threw it out. 8 grenades. They said they watched this guy throw back 8 grenades. But then he didn't get the 9th one. And another guy started hucking him. Another guy like stepped up and he was throwing him out. You can watch like on video. They're different ones. Like it's gotta be real. Like if it's, I really don't know how you could doctor a ton of this footage to make any of this stuff. It's gotta be real. It sounds crazy though. Tons of this stuff sounds crazy. It doesn't sound like real life. But these people live in a different world. They live in a desert. But they made it a city next to a desert. Like Israel looks way different than Palestine. Israel won't even let Palestine have an airport. But then one of those grenades went off again, and then they went in there and they captured a bunch of the people. They captured a bunch of them and put them in a truck. One guy had his arm blown off, pretty fucked up. At the festival though, like so many people were on foot. So many people were trying to hide everywhere. It was crazy. Like a guy, there's video, like there's so much video. He just, like, I don't know if you ever been to a concert, a festival, anything. They got a ton of porta-johns or, you know what I mean, all lined up to people take a piss, hopefully not take a shit. And this guy's just, boom, lighting into every door. They burned a lot of people. Now, I listen to Glenn Greenwald all the time. Glenn Greenwald is a Jewish person. He's not for massacring Palestinian people. He's the one who broke the Edward Snowden case. I trust Glenn Greenwald. And the accusations of all the rape, he says is not true. There might have been some, but he says and I saw, there's just embellishing. There was no need to embellish this situation at all. There was so much killing innocent people doesn't make sense. And I'm not condoning it, but like the CEO of an evil healthcare company who does insider trading, that's not an innocent person. But there was tons of innocent Israeli people killed. Stupid. I seen this one girl folded in the back of a truck. They like were cheering. They fucking get across the border. They got hostages, and one of the girls. There's probably no point in even bringing her back, or like she looked dead, but her legs are folded, like they're broken in many directions, and to do that to a human is nuts. Like, but I don't know what the feeling is like if someone killed my family. What my rampage would be to other people. I don't know, and that's the issue, is that you just keep constantly killing each other. That's what the Israelis and the Palestinians have done for 100 years. They just fucking constantly killed each other back and forth, and it doesn't get solved. There's no diplomatic relations whatsoever. Two-state solution. If anybody is speaking that shit, they're dumb and they don't know the situation, or they think you're dumb and they're just trying to appease you, because that's never going to happen. Ever. They fucking hate each other. The governments, not like the people. There's tons of, I'll give them props. The Jewish people that protest the Israeli government doing what they're doing to the Palestinians, those are badass people, just like the nurses that refused getting the vaccine. Those are the real heroes. The nurses that refused getting the vaccine and said, if you were gonna fire me, fine. My body, my choice. I don't know. It's an interesting situation. Hamas did horrible shit. And Israel, the great Mossad, how they didn't know this was going to happen, and they didn't, their reaction time, their response time to this, I think the Israeli people have a lot of questions. I think, just like the USS Liberty has some people still alive from that terrorist attack, they have questions. I heard an interview of a guy that went to Pace University, if I think, and that's right. He was at the 9/11. He was at the Twin Towers when that happened. He saw a bunch of people get killed that day by debris. And he says he wants to know. He says, we don't have all the answers. There's a woman suing because her husband died during 9/11. And she's been trying to fight for the families to get I think 20 pages are still classified. Trying to get them unclassified so she can get closure. And she's leading a class action lawsuit. Israel's sneaky. Why the response time was like it was doesn't make any sense. It was horrible what they did. Like, to do that type of killing, I've learned a lot of the different historical situations, and like there's some crazy shit. Nailing people to doors is nuts. They did a lot of nailing to doors at different times. Like they cut people's heads off and left them on pikes and stuff on the way out of towns and stuff. They would like nail fucking women to doors. Pretty crazy. They'd run people over, babies, women, everything, run them over in cobblestone like streets and with tanks. Like that's pretty crazy shit too. But that stuff's not happening right now. What Hamas did is crazy. And there's video footage of it. You can go a whole different story. Wait, and a whole different one is Ukraine, Russia, and what that beginning of that, what I remember you could watch was not good. When you could watch that, well, you can still watch it, but the beginning of the fighting was not good. They were killing each other, the Ukrainians and Russians. It's crazy to have that hate. It's crazy to have that hate and not personal hate. I can understand more the personal hate. I can put myself in that situation, the feeling of certain personal hates for certain things. But when you don't know the person, that's the Iraq thing. It's like they're just all enemies. All Ukrainians, like in the Russians' eyes, are enemies, and all the Russians in Ukrainians' eyes are enemies. All the Palestinians are enemies to the Israelis. No, but the government is different. In Canada, we have a shit government. Horrible. Horrible. Tyrannical regime right now. You don't have your body, your choice. They're mandating vaccines. Emergency Act. Like, we live in a horrible one. And we give the money over there for Israel to do what they want. And I don't know why yet. I'm gonna find out. I need to know more of the names and the Canada ties. I know more of the American ones. Syria's gonna turn into Greater Israel or Libya 2.0. I'm not looking forward to that. I think the most disturbing part to me about October 7th is burning people alive. There's some pretty crazy executions like in it. And it's hard to understand. But the burning people alive, that's fucking psychotic. Hamas shouldn't have done it. It was pretty fucking strategic. But then Israel pulling off the pagers is pretty fucking strategic. Which I thought of this before, and I don't know if anybody else thought this. I don't want to worry anyone, but if China wanted to, they could do that to all our phones. Just blow them up right here, right in my fucking face. right? Google how many iPhone users. If they just put out the next shipment like that, I don't know. It's pretty scary. If you look up how many things that we use on a daily basis, like my Wi-Fi router probably, it's made in China. That's pretty scary. They have control of a lot of our electronics. A lot of our cell phone towers. A lot of these things are made in China. Not just fucking your t-shirt. Xi Jinping. You see, Donald Trump is absolutely just trolling Justin Trudeau. He called him Governor of Canada. Oh my god. I welcome becoming American. I can buy guns, of any guns I want, and I can move to a warm fucking state. No more winter. Later. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Did you know the poorest state in the United States is wealthier than all of Canada? Our Canadian dollar. If you own currency, this is not a crypto plug. Crypto's dumping. I lost $800 today, I'm pretty sure. So I bought more. But I lost like $800 fucking dollars today. But I saw it as a great buying opportunity. What was I gonna say? Crypto. This is not a crypto plug. Oh, Canadian dollar is becoming as good as fucking cashmere. The Canadian dollar is fucking dying. Our government has been in power for 8 years and murdered the economy. Rent has doubled in less than 10 years. That murders the economy. They've destroyed it. They've destroyed the housing economy. They've destroyed employment. All the universities and colleges, those institutions depended on international students, and then they had to put a cap on the international students, and now they're not making. They're gonna have to close a ton of their places they opened because they were just profiting off of international students for so long, and I'm so happy to see them fail. I love it. Fuck them. If you question any of my information, I'm telling you. I get a lot of it from a homosexual Jewish guy. Those documentaries are pretty interesting, but I warn you, watching that many people gunned down is pretty fucked. There's a few other, I'll go over a couple of the other wild, they had a war for a week back in the day, back in the 60s. That's pretty nuts. I think just putting this out there, theoretically it can't happen anymore. But I think I don't even know how to word this. The best chance to take down Israel is missed already. It's already missed. What they did, the Arabic countries band together back in the day to try and fight, and try and fight Israel, and they got embarrassed and pummeled. But it's because the Arabic countries had only had independence for a short period of time, and they didn't have the backing that Israel did from England and the United States. So they weren't ready yet. They weren't ready for a fight. They weren't ready for that. And in this last year, if they were going to do this Hamas attack, and then nothing with Hezbollah, but nothing like Hezbollah themselves, whoever fucking thought of those plans. I watched Nasrallah, an interview with him and Julian Assange. It could be 15 years old. He was the leader of Hezbollah. They killed him. And he's smart. Like, these people are fucking smart. We get this depiction of all brown Muslim people, all brown people, and they're not dumb. Osama bin Laden was fucking intelligent. These people go to great universities. These people that the United States go after, look at where they all went to school. They all went to school in the United States. What's that one guy's name there? Fuck, I can't think what that guy's name is. Mohammed Sheikh. I hate that Mohammed bin Salman's in my head, so it's fucking me up, but I can't think of what this one guy's name is. But the guy that they blamed, the Pakistani guy that they blamed for the architect of 9/11, who's sitting in Guantanamo Bay right now. That guy, like, he went to North Carolina A&T. The same place that the second Trump, assassin, the guy that was hiding in the bushes, that's where he went to, North Carolina A&T. So did the architect for 9/11. Weird. Which time do I got on this bitch so far? An hour. Okay, well, I should wrap it up. But I'll go over 1972 Munich. Fucking insane. There's a couple times that these Palestinian people, I'll talk about some reasons why they're not allowed to have an airport in Palestine. Because these fucking people are hijacking planes. They hate. They like the river to the sea. There's a lot of them that like that, because the Israeli people have they've been scheming. They're good at scheming. The Palestinian people are so far behind in evolving. No offense. But they're fucking like goat herders. Like, these people lived simple lives. The tech, like, they didn't have no fucking industrial age. They didn't have that. They wore fucking hats like Aladdin, okay? There's video footage of them wearing hats like Aladdin in that piece of land that they call Israel Palestine when there was no Israel. When there was zero Israel, you see people on that land, they have Aladdin hats on. They don't have the cap and curly hair. No, actually they do. They have, both those people are interacting. They're walking in the same area. Yeah. The real, when you think of the biggest stereotype of a Jewish person, what that person looks like a rabbi, and Aladdin. You could see a rabbi and Aladdin walking near each other 100 years ago on video. Now, closest they get is a fucking Piers Morgan Zoom debate. Those are the things that niggle me.